den vilda och karga svenska västkusten. Ett himmelrike för kapare, sillkungar och annat slödder. Livet i den bohuslänska skärgården har alltid varit starkt bundet till havet och gåvorna havet ger från sitt djup. När sillen kom in bodde öborna i överflöd och rikedom. Men när sillen plötsligt försvann efter påtiden så föll öborna ner i ett förskräcklig fattigdom och vedermöda. Skärgården är svår att navigera med starka strömmar och lömska grund. Sjöjungfrun styr över havet, vågorna och alla djupets varelser. Hon sägs ha en fiskstjärt istället för ben, en urgröpt fiskfödelstäckt rygg och gälar. Sjöfarare var visa nog att blidka henne med offergåvor. Hon kunde belöna det som erbjöd henne gåvor med gynnsamma vindar eller stora fiskfångster. Men å den andra sidan, det som inte erbjöd henne något, kunde hon straffa genom att skicka stormar eller placera isberg i deras väg.
Hello and welcome to our second proper episode of the second season of Wiesen, a Nordic horror RPG where the horror is not even always of my creation, but sometimes thanks to my wonderful players. I will quickly go around and say hi to people and then we'll get into the game. Let's start with Baker.
Hi, I'm Baker. I play Astrid. You can find me on Instagram, mostly talking about food.
Wonderful. Michael.
Hi, fam. I'm Michael. You can find me at Michael Sandoval on Instagram and Twitter. Also, I play Comric, the American officer.
Thank you very much. Dog sitting wild.
Hello, I'm Wild Volunteer on Twitch and Twitter. Playing Frederick, the servant to Linnea.
I mentioned the dog sitting so everyone in chat knows why there aren't cats headbutting your microphone and demanding your attention today. Because we're all used to those two little ears in front of you going, Father, Father. Eva.
My heart is broken for dog sitting day. Hi, hello, I'm Eva. I will be playing your, I think I've settled on the word plucky, private detective Linnea. Yeah, we're starting off more or less with some traveling. I like traveling sessions. I don't have any legitimate history for liking them, but I feel like they're hopeful.
It went well last time for you.
I broke my arm last time.
Exactly. So compared to certain others, they broke their backs and then their necks. Anywho, my name is Anik. I'm the game master of this interesting bunch of people, and that means I play everybody else. Very exciting. Speaking of last time, we have someone who is going to attempt a recap. We already had a sneak preview. Sounded good. Let's see if she can do it live. Baker.
Last time on Wiesen. Last time we prepped for an adventure that we got a letter for. Linnea went and visited her mother in order to find out what was going on with our financial situation. Well, Cormac convinced the head of the staff, who has a wonderful mustache but is not better than Frederick's, to give him the monthly allowance for next month. So we are rolling in dough this time. Linnea, Astrid, Comric, and Frederick all stocked up on supplies that they would need, including some medical kits, stringent alcohol, ropes, guns, weapons, you know, the general thing. Astrid gave Linnea a rock that was pretty that she found on her very long travel back to the house after she decided to skip getting in the carriage. Cormac and Astrid set up a time to do a seance, and we agreed to leave in the morning for our adventure. We're going to end this here.
Good job. I think we covered all the important bits. You are, in fact, rolling in it as it was put. I'm working so hard not to make any rolling in the deep jokes right now. I will behave. I will not start this in the first 5 minutes. Most preparations were indeed almost entirely complete. I think a few more little things had to happen. And I would love to tell me how you're going to set up the seance, but I have a slight problem with Roll20 where I can't stop the music because it doesn't say it's playing. But that's fun. Let me just refresh that page real hard because this is way too nice chill music for a seance. We need something a little creepier. So let me just try that again.
Do I have?
Do you have?
Maybe I should check. I was going to say, do I have the? I just want to give you credit because your music direction for Vizen is and has always been amazing.
Thank you very much. And still, it won't let me stop the other music, interestingly enough, but I can start the creepy music.
Oh.
Do you also have 2 weird songs playing right now?
If I do, they sound very good together. One moment. I see Distant Observer playing. I hear Distant Observer playing. And I only see it.
Let me kill a process really quickly. Death to you, death to you. Oh, I still hear 2 songs for some annoying reason. Oh well, as long as you hear the proper one.
You
Astrid.
don't have any tabs unmuted that should be muted, do you?
I think I have everything muted. I will recheck all of them, because why not?
We're doing it live, folks.
Always. Mute it. I mean, there's a reason I was very excited when I found a maybe proper alternative to Roll20, okay? Roll20 and music, ever since I added the most recent 50 songs, it kind of broke on me. So I think I found like an upper limit to the amount of music you can add to this stuff. Because if I mute Roll20, I lose both songs. Which is also interesting. Anyway, I will deal with it as long as you hear the good stuff.
I just heard some solid strings. Nope, still the same song.
Cool. I'll deal.
Oh,
It'll be
I
fine.
just heard it. It just kicked in.
Maybe I need to reload, actually.
Let's all reload. No, sorry.
Now playing nothing.
No, that is correct because I tried stopping it. Please behave.
Here's the thing, kids.
No, god damn it, it started again. Oh, sorry. I can swear on your channel, right? Because it just started again and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Yes.
I hope so. I'm pretty sure I dropped the F-bomb in the intro.
I do all the time. I used to have it marked as mature. I'm pretty sure I still do. I don't know why I would have taken that off.
Wait. Why? Delete item. Yes!
There we go.
There was a rogue song that didn't show up but was playing.
Rude.
And I've just deleted the song completely and now we're good. There we go.
That'll teach it.
That'll teach you. You don't mess with me on my own Roll20 account. Perfect.
Oh,
Wait, so
good.
is nothing playing now?
It's going to
No.
build.
Okay.
I mean, the playlist is called Creepy, so it has some quieter moments.
Yeah.
Anywho, we have Astrid and Comric in our seance room, formerly known as the parlor. Astrid, All you.
Astrid goes in before Comric and like starts setting up what she needs. So her crystal ball and her like she dims the lights a little bit and pulls out some bones because they look cool.
It's important how things look, even if they don't work.
And then she kind of pours herself some whiskey and is just like, let's do this.
Okay.
Comric looks very concerned, especially when she pours whiskey. Can you pour one of those for me? I'm gonna need
Yes.
it.
Do you remember last time we did this?
Yes, I remember almost dying.
Yeah, I do too. And the last time, Astrid's going to take the mermaid ring.
Oh God. Yes.
Before she came down, she put the mermaid ring in Linnea's room and was like, I'll be back for it later. I just want it as far away from me as I can get it. And Linnea's room is literally the farthest away from the seance parlor.
Okay. So, okay, fair enough. It's not on you. It's not near you.
If Linnea wasn't in there, Astrid didn't tell her.
Linnea is with the ring without being aware of it.
Oh no.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Nothing can possibly go wrong. So, Comric, you and Astrid share your whiskey. There's bones. There's crystals.
Crystal ball. Astrid does not believe in the healing power of crystals.
Sure. There's a very distinct difference.
Yes.
No.
There is.
Usually when you're doing a seance, you're reaching out to someone or you have a certain question in mind. So I would like both Comric and Astrid to have a question in mind and DM it to me. And then I would like Astrid to say whatever word she's going to say to start off this seance. Eva, can you move the camera over?
Astrid starts reaching forward, but first, before she says anything, she's going to cut her own hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to take Comric's hand and be like, she's gonna take Comric's hand and like cut it and
Your blood and Comric's blood intermingle, and as you focus on the questions in the forefront of your mind, Astrid knows this feeling. You are, in fact, piercing the veil and you are reaching out. But rather than you, like normally you can sort of determine the direction as long as you don't have like some kind of creepy artifact on you. But this time you and Comric's minds are being pulled somewhere else. And you hear...
Yes, hello. Hello, sweeties. Yes, over here. That took you quite a while, say. Hi. Well, you fucked it up a little bit, didn't you? I mean, you were a little bit late. Yes, it is very boring here. Yes, but you know, I am very glad you got rid of the asshole in the ugly dress. I mean, I'm all for men in dresses, but he didn't wear it well. But it would have been nice if you were a little bit sooner so I wouldn't be in this boring cloud space.
I'll come visit you. Not in person.
When you're dead, yes, would be nice. That would be fun. But I hope it take a while, sweetie.
I meant where we can have seances and we can play word games.
Yes, I don't have time for this. I'm trying to set up a business up here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because, you know, the business down there, you know, my nephew is trying to run it now, but I hear the Stamppot is awful. I mean, someone came in just yesterday because he fed them and then it went a little bit wrong, you know?
That sounds about right. Your food was amazing.
Oh.
Yes, but I am very happy and also sad because I thought we were friends. I thought I was important, but I apparently not enough.
We really tried, Lilo. We really tried. Oh man.
I'm sorry. I should have stayed on track rather than going to go make the church mad.
I mean, would have been preferable. But, the fun thing is, that asshole tried to come up here, but then I was all telling them, of the administration, because they take you in and they look at the records, and I was saying, oh, he's an asshole, he did this and this. And then I got to kick him downstairs. It was really fun.
I am so proud of you.
If it makes you feel any better, I killed him. But
yes, I know, sweetie, and you looked very sexy doing it.
Oh Lord, I miss you.
You know what? Don't miss me too much. That will only make you go earlier, because then that's the only way to see me again. But you know what? I did lose a lot of weight up here, so there is a lot of flying around. Anyway, I'm having fun. But the big man wants to know how to make the food taste better, because it's a little bit bland up here. Just stay on track, okay?
We will.
Well,
Thank you.
Okay, sweeties. And next time when someone tells you to make a little bit of haste.
We'll do it. For
We'll
sure.
do better.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I miss you. I
Yes,
wish we
you
would have
do.
saved you.
Bye, sweeties.
Love you.
Bye.
No.
And you come out of the seance.
Why are your seances always so weird, Comrade? This was in the best.
This was not what I expected.
No,
That's for sure.
I did not get any answers, but I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I actually feel a little bit better.
I feel worse. Yeah, she's having fun and teaching God how to cook, which cool.
That's
But also, we won't get to eat anything she ever makes again. I like
That's
her.
true. Me too. But at least we can take one thing and use it. Is that we need to stay on track.
Learning from our mistakes.
Exactly.
That's a thing.
That'd be amazing.
One day we will. Today's not going to be that day. All right. Well, pass the whiskey and we should probably get ready to head out.
Probably should. But I say one more drink for Lilo.
Yeah. Let's cheers to Lilo.
All right, leaving you to drinking in the seance parlor. Frederick and or Linnea. What are you up to?
Was this a morning seance? Seems weird to have a morning seance, but
I think it was an evening seance with the plan to leave in the morning.
okay.
Although I'm not sure if you'd actually already made any actual travel arrangements other than saying, we have rope and alcohol, let's go. I don't think anything's been booked or hired or...
I think I thought Frederick and I talked about booking a carriage or something at the end of the day, or at the end of last. Am I making that up? Did I just think it in my head?
I think you just thought it.
If you wanted to invite your possibly betrothed,
I was going to say, the last discussion I remember Linnea and Frederick having before Wild's internet conked out in the aftermath of the session was whether or not, like, yes, you're going to write to your, he's not betrothed yet, he's still courting. But for some reason, Frederick has it in his head that he should join on this adventure.
Why wouldn't
I'm gonna
the
figure it out.
Johann, not Frederick?
Johann, not Frederick.
Like,
Frederick is,
clearly.
you're not getting rid of Frederick. You killed Freddy, not Frederick.
He died under circumstances
Mysterious circumstances.
that were unintentional.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think coming back from her mother's or the bank or wherever the actual money has come from. I think Linnea would have asked Frederick to arrange transportation, or I guess actually maybe would have asked Mr. Frisk if there's like a usual place that we hire out of. I assume we don't have a stable at the moment.
No, that is an upgrade. It will be available to you eventually.
Mm-hmm.
For now, you usually rent from the same stable. Just one in Uppsala. But as for, because you're going to need a short boat passage as well. And last time Rollo arranged that, and Frisk sort of goes, that's usually the Watcher's job. So, but you're worldly people and full members of the Order, so I'm sure you can handle this.
Do we have like a badge or something? Like anything?
Why would you get a badge from an underground organization?
Badge. We have the Universal.
Some organizations have secret patches that you put on the inside of your thing so you don't go insane when you go to a different world. I'm just saying.
No, we just let you go insane.
Cool. Then I think before retiring to her room to pack, she would like to try and pack her own things, knowing full well that Frederick will probably come through later and repack.
Just fix everything.
Yeah. But like
roll everything you folded.
Probably she's going to pack her doctor's bag, like her actual private stuff. And before she adjourns upstairs, I think there would be the request to Frederick to arrange transportation through the usual stable.
Okay. I did not understand that sentence.
Transportation.
I heard the word transportation, so I'm assuming you're hiring the carriage. Okay. I think the Wi-Fi isn't great there either. Or the audio isn't great. Frederick is the only, I was going to say proper servant in the bunch. So we'll leave it to Frederick to get the carriage that you need, one big enough for you and all your stuff. And a fairly solid one, considering Last one you flipped wasn't actually one of the ones here. It was on the aisle, so I don't think your reputation as carriage murderers has reached this far yet.
The horses were fine.
The horses were fine. The carriage was needed fixing.
And technically, it was the crazy priest's fault because he was the one who put the thing in the road.
It is very easy to blame the dead priest. Yes.
I mean,
Is everyone having a pleasant night's sleep in a preparation of the following morning, or are you doing other things?
did someone come back and retrieve their creepy mermaid ring?
Did they?
Yes, Astrid just like walks in, doesn't explain anything, takes the ring off, and then reties it to herself, and it's just like, hey!
Okay.
We can hear you.
So was the transportation just for us, or was it for Johan?
Oh, that's better.
Johan is not coming.
Okay.
Just for us.
Also, Johan hasn't technically been invited because maybe starting a courtship with, yo, want to see all the crazy shit I do is not in the realm of I promise to behave, which is something Linnea said to her mom.
Also, I think my argument had been like, let's see how he does like one round of like us doing our own crazy stuff while he's at home and just getting letters, and then see like, yeah. Oh, she would have written him a letter before going to bed, I suppose. But yeah, no invitation this time.
Just see you in 2 weeks. I'll be traveling. Like, what are you putting in the letter? Are you like just going to the coast for some bracing air? What level of deceit is in this letter?
Mostly her favorite form of lying by omission, I think. So yeah. What did she say to her mother? Like, not a grand tour, but like
a mini tour.
A mini tour, yeah. A rustic tour. That doesn't sound right.
No. What was it again? Honesty, not transparency?
Yes.
Something like, we're gonna have Wiesen merch and it's going to be just that.
That's how she just signs all her letters. Doesn't matter who it's to.
Question to the group, because I know Astrid/Baker remembered this. When are you going to do the Creed Ophie thing? At the creepy statue in the basement.
I thought we did that in the morning before we left.
Okay. As long as everyone's on board.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I planned on doing it before we left. It does feel more like a creepy nighttime thing, but
Doesn't it just?
also...
I'm sure it's fine in the morning.
Actually,
Wait.
we should do it at night and then see what our dreams.
See, I was worried about the dreams.
Ooh, I like this.
Right?
I like
Right?
this.
Yeah.
I say,
Anik, it's okay to hurt me.
I say if Linnea and Frederick are down for it, make Astrid and Comric have a few too many like whiskeys for Lilo and go down and do the oath by themselves. Like,
Oh God.
also Linnea, when she comes back to pick up the ring, she's just slightly tipsy, and you can tell.
So you go in slightly tipsy, take the ring back. Do you go just a hi bye, or is it like talk to Lilo doing the Creed? Like, what's?
Yeah, no,
Yes.
she like walks in, is slightly unsteady, and she's like, I talked to Lilo. She got to kick the asshole to hell, and is making pastries for God, and picks up the ring and goes, thanks for babysitting this. I'm gonna go take the Creed now.
Linnea
all of this.
would have probably no choice but to grab a dressing coat, whatever those like house coat, something to put over whatever she was lounging in, and follow after. Astrid, what? Hold up. First of all, not safe flooring there. Just what have you been drinking? What?
Just whiskey. I didn't mix anything else in.
Okay, what is this about, Lalo?
I talked to Lalo.
Sure.
No, like when we did the seance with Cormac, she appeared.
You did a seance with Comric?
I told you, it was your idea.
Well, no, I know, but to like talk to Lalo, because that would have been nice to kind of be there. I guess.
We didn't know that was gonna happen. She just kind of pulled us in.
Oh.
I learned absolutely nothing else, but I did learn that we should like pay attention next time and focus.
Oh, we sure should.
So
Yeah.
we decided the best way to focus was to take our creed tonight. So me and Comric are gonna do it.
While drunk.
I mean,
Tipsy.
Drunk?
Well, tipsy.
Drunk is such a strong word. Yes, tipsy.
Okay.
Tipsy is a better one.
Sweetheart, so what you're telling me is you sat down and used your gifts, crossed the veil.
Yep, and she
Lalo.
holds up like her still like bloody palm.
Lalo reached across the veil to just vocally shake you and say, focus?
Yeah.
One of these days, maybe
Yes.
on our 5 to 12 day journey coming up. No, it has to be under 7. 5-day journey? Something. It's late. I had sort of planned to retire for the night, and here we are. I like to think she's probably maybe even barefoot at this point, just having been so confused by Astrid's appearance and disappearance. I would like to know more about how your gift works, if that's okay.
And so would I.
Fair.
Also, I need to wash my shirt. There appears to be blood on it.
Yeah, maybe just kind of wrap your hand as soon as you're done. I think that might kind of let's patch that up real quick, yeah?
No, we can do it downstairs.
Probably. I feel like maybe we should all do this together, so let's just grab Frederick really quick. I don't...
Oh. He's gonna judge me for this, isn't he?
He'll never know. It's...
I am drunk, not stupid.
I only know because you told me.
Okay. I'll believe you. You're gonna do the talking.
I was about to say, we could,
Good.
like, if Linnea could roll a manipulation, and if Baker could roll, like, an observation. Sorry, Astrid.
Like, she's now standing behind Linnea, like, wrapping up her hand, like, doing the whole, like, teenager trying to hide the fact that they are drunk from their parent, like, just staring at the ground.
I have
letting
no
their sober
successes.
friend.
And I did take my penalty. I have no successes.
Would it be stealth? I feel like it would be stealth.
I mean, you're lying. You're not walking sneakily. Or are you hiding to hide the gate?
I'm like...
Or are you trying to hide, like, the fact that you had a seance and you got drunk and now you're going to take an oath?
Fine, I'll roll only 3 dice rather than 7.
Well, excuse me for making sense. Someone here has to.
Success! I got
All
one
right.
success!
Was I trying to manipulate Astrid or Frederick when we find him?
Frederick, when you find him.
Dang it. Okay.
So you don't manipulate him. But
He knows me too well.
Yes. Astrid manages to not look as drunk as she is.
Proud of you.
But there is a fresh bandage on her hand, and she is still talking about Lilo kicking the man in a dress down the hill. Also, wouldn't Frederick be in his room adjacent to yours, having heard all of this? Because he sleeps in your closet?
The door probably would have been closed, and I chased Astrid into the hall, so.
Excuse me. I did not put him in a closet. I put him in a servant's quarter that was adjacent to one of the master bedrooms.
So I'm gonna say Frederick heard most of this, because I'm pretty sure if he heard Astrid come in, talk to Linnea, and then Linnea walk away, it is in Frederick's nature, deeply ingrained to follow you.
Also, Astrid was probably not quiet.
She was probably pretty loud. So, like, those roles are kind of moot. Frederick's right there.
I'm just imagining they're talking, and then Astrid is just not sober enough that she doesn't see the giant person standing behind Linnea, and like gets all
Sort of
ready.
blends into the shadow of the door still.
Like tries to like get like ready to look sober. Is Frederick at least a little impressed on how much like more sober she looks, but while she's trying to look sober?
And Linnea's not. I mean, technically it's a lie in that she's saying the words, oh, Astrid just thought it was a good idea to go take the creed. She's super sober. But in that, you and I both know what's going on here. I'm saying this to save face for all of us. I know you don't believe me, sort of way. Because she would also know that Frederick would know she was lying if she tried any other tone, I think.
Fair enough. Okay, so a moderately drunk and very excited Astrid, a somewhat bemused yet confuddled Linnea, regularly stoic Frederick, just heading straight to the basement. Or where did you leave, Comric? Comric, where did you go?
I would have just stayed there. Well,
You're in
we're
the seance room.
We're in the seance room. Yeah.
You were in the seance room.
Try to jot down all that I saw and heard in the dream state that I was in the journal.
Yeah.
In my journal.
Yeah. So there weren't any rolls, so you didn't get any actual answers to the questions you had in mind. Lilo just completely hijacked your seance. So, trolls are very magical, so that was actually pretty easy to do. Once you found a bit of time. Alright, let's move this forward and say you're all in the library.
Yep.
I'm assuming you remember the way down.
Yep.
Okay. Does anyone actually remember the creed and how it goes? Because last time Rollo took you through this. And I was nice enough to post it in Discord, but that's
I did see
OC
you
knowledge.
put it. Thank you.
The question is, do your characters remember this shit? Or are you gonna try and cobble this together, the four of you?
I think
The
Astrid
creed is written down.
because she took it twice.
Yes.
Oh yeah, once with your fingers crossed, right?
No. Once before the night before, so I could go into the library early, and then on the day of.
Because there were things about Astrid that made them not trust her and let her in the library before she took the oath. Things that she blurted out on day one, so much for the dark secret section on your character sheet. Anyway, the little changeling got her way and made it into the library, but then still had to do the creed because you do it before every mission. Also, the words to the creed are written down, but the standing around and stuff Like you don't even have a priest, so you can't do the bits where you're blessed and confess your sins and shit. So you're a very pagan chapter of the Order of Artemis, because it's technically like this blend of Christian and pagan and stuff they stole from the Egyptians. Because
I was gonna say, yes, Artemis, the absolutely not.
Again, a blend of just about everything you can think. You're just sort of skipping the whole Christian angle.
I think Linnea is going to like quickly copy out. It's written down on like a plaque, right?
Yeah. Yes, there's a statue, and then there is a plaque with the creed on it.
Oh, so we can all see it at the same time, facing this. Okay.
Well, it's pretty dark, so you have like candles and incense and sort of like a bronzish plaque. So depending on where you stand, you can read definitely some of it, but definitely not all of it.
I'm gonna flip to the creed in Rolo's journal.
All right.
So I'll have that.
Yeah, Linnea's gonna copy it down twice. Once for Astrid, once for herself. Hand one over to Astrid, and then Frederick, would you like one?
I feel like Frederick would just. They would probably have memorized it by now.
That feels right.
Probably.
Are the
Something
candles?
important that we need to remind people of.
Valid.
Are the candles lit
Yes.
and the incense?
Yes.
Wait, before.
Actually, roll vigilance.
Yes.
But that's
One
where it's
success.
actually. Thank you. Sorry, this time my husband was nice enough to warn me there's a lot of gin in this.
That was very kind.
He can sort of like gently put it on my desk and it's kind of strong. Yeah. I have one success. Anyone else have any successes?
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't know
we're
we
all
were
rolling?
all.
No, everyone who is going down into the basement gets to roll.
Vigilance. Am I just gonna be rolling 4 dice for the rest of my life? Let's find out. That's one success.
Okay.
One success.
None for Freddy.
Oh,
Okay.
Freddy.
Well, everyone with at least one success, in addition to the fact that the candles are lit and the incense is already burning when you all come down into this cellar together, at the foot of the statue of Artemis is a little, like, flat little tray with a bit of cloth on it, and on the cloth are 4 dried flowers.
Oh, I was just gonna ask about that. Good.
I'll pick
Excellent.
one up.
Not yet.
Roll agility.
They're for the end, Comrade.
Oh, right. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so you do manage to like pick one of them up, but then you feel something sort of slap your hand.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I forgot. Sorry.
The flower that you've dropped is put gently back on the cloth.
Do we have our own ghostly priest? Or is Artemis personally chastising us?
God, Artemis is so done with your bullshit already.
Do you get any, like, other sight tingles down here? I feel like I could have phrased that better.
Astra's going to try.
Oh, this
What
is such a-
exactly is Astra trying?
Kind of like what she did with the haunted, insane, relaxation place.
Sanatorium.
Sanatorium.
Yes, I couldn't remember. I was gonna call it other things, but that's what she's going to try and do. She's just going to reach out with her mind, because she's learned nothing.
Oh, you really haven't.
Unless Lilo tells her, she's just gonna keep doing what she does.
I love how you're currently the only person you listen to is a dead troll who is trying to cook her way into heaven.
But also, like, she is a little bit tipsy, and she'd be like, "Ooh, what's going on?"
I mean, to be fair, Linnea started this.
Is it me?
Yes.
Am I the enabler?
Yeah, I remember a Discord conversation where you called yourself and someone else unrepentant enablers. So, yes.
That might have even been this week.
I think, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, I want you to roll for me, and I want you to roll. God, these are all terrible.
I roll observation.
Observation, well, yeah, just do
Yeah.
observation. Like, you're not technically casting anything, but you're reaching out.
Yeah. Ooh, I got 2 successes.
Two
Nice.
successes. Oh, that is amazing. You. So the rest are just standing around looking at this flower being put back as Linnea goes, are you a ghostly sense of steamling down here? And you relax your mind and you reach out. And there's definitely something or someone down here with you, but you don't get the same thing as you did in the sanatorium, where it was just overwhelming screaming of an insane person who hadn't passed on properly. This is a very old mind. It is very disciplined. It is very strong, and you have the distinct sensation that it is allowing you to feel it.
Astrid is going to, like, you know those moments where something becomes so serious you sober up a little bit? She, like, stands up straighter and, like, kind of puts her hands down, and she's like, we should be more serious. Because we should be more serious. Later.
That's saying it.
What was that? I heard a big creak.
That's saying it.
Yeah, I mean, of all the people. Okay, so the flowers are laid out. You are all down here in a distinctly uncreepy, okay, it's a terrifying cellar, in this distinctly creepy cellar in front of a statue of the goddess of Artemis. Who's doing what?
I don't really remember the process here. I know I got the words here in front of me, but anyone wants to lead this thing, feel free.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Astrid is going to take her left hand and her index finger and middle finger and put it against her heart.
Is this the bleeding hand or the not bleeding hand?
Bleeding hand was the right hand.
Okay.
I specifically held up my right hand, so, you know,
Very good.
I win this.
Sometimes it's hard to tell if the camera is mirrored or not, okay?
That's true. That's very true. and she's going to start saying the lines. If you want me to actually say them, I will say them, and then wait for other people to like follow.
Right. Bad idea.
I mean, we've tried it with 10 candles so many times, and it was all terrible. And then Eva bought me a game where you have to drum in unison, and we decided that this was never ever going to happen. Which we read and went, no. If one person can read the creed, just so we remember what it says.
I can. But I'm gonna do it like Rolo did for Astrid, where she repeats a line, where he said a line and then he had Astrid repeat it back, but I'm just going to read it as one.
Yep.
But in character, that's what I'm doing. I solemnly swear not to be corrupted, bloodied, or weakened. Astrid makes that face as she remembers that part and their last mission.
Oath already broken, but yeah.
By the spawn of the underworld, I swear not to let my mind be muddled. Clear of eye, keen of thought, pure of deed, I swear to put the society before my own ambitions and emotions, my life for my comrades. I pledge my life to you, Holy Artemis, for the battle against Veasan and the protection of mankind.
Thank you very much. All right. As the last person finishes the end of this creed, each intern, you get a little flower presented to you. They're little dried cornflowers. And as you probably, I know Astrid remembers, I'm not sure if the rest cared enough, but the flowers are for the journey to symbolize the love and power of the organization. They're just little blessings.
Great. Okay. I guess that's that then.
That is. Okay. Awkward glances around. Everyone going to bed? Is everyone going to bed? I feel like I need to keep asking that with this group because I know you all. You all keep sneaking off and having little side quests that break your mind.
No, Cromrick's gonna go ahead and go to bed.
Okay.
Eric's gonna fix Linnea's luggage.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You always, like, when you're done redoing what she did, there's like half a trunk left of room now that everything's properly put away. So much room for activities.
Can I specify that between the two of us, I feel like Frederick would have thought of this, but Linnea absolutely would have. After last time and Astrid's like trying to clean the seawater off herself, like extra soap of varying, like across the spectrum would have been added.
Hard soap, soft soap, flinter soap, all the soap.
Yeah, the very smelly good kind, the scouring kind.
Basically, things they call soap, but is technically just lye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, maybe a small waterproof container for another crab or something. I don't know.
For reasons.
Reasons.
You can have a small semi-waterproof container.
Perfect.
Okay. Luggage fixed. secured. Comric's being sensible, and are you actually going to bed this time, or are you sleeping in the library again?
No, I'm actually gonna go to bed. I feel like he's learned his lesson.
Good choices. Good choices. I dare not ask. Is Astrid going to bed?
Yes. She will sleep in her own room, but she is making a mental note to like add like a cot to the library.
We can talk about upgrades at the end of this adventure.
To specify, Linnea would absolutely be going pretty much straight to sleep. And Astrid, when you enter your room, you would find that note Linnea had left the night before.
I was about to say, when Astrid pushes open her door, she steps on a bit of paper.
Yeah.
Well, I went up and took a nap after we talked about the thing. And then
I kind of thought you'd sleep in a library again.
Oh, yeah, actually, you're probably right. No, she just would have, like, curled back up in her ball of blanket.
I figured you would just, like, re-nest yourself.
She did. Yeah, she finds the paper, and she opens it. And she's like, oh, I mean, thinks about it for a second and is like, oh, this is from, oh, okay. And just, like, throws it over onto her side table and then, like, gets into bed.
Nice. All right. Everyone is pleasantly asleep for most of the night. Somewhere near the early dawn, we find Comric tossing and turning in bed. Once again, you are on a beach. Looking down on yourself, you don't recognize the clothes you're wearing. You also don't recognize this beach. The clothes you're wearing are typically American, but very old-fashioned. Kind of something your dad might have worn. And the ocean you're seeing is, you know it's somewhere in the Americas. You don't know how you know, because from your viewpoint, it's mainly water. And yet you have the feeling that this is far away from where you are right now, both in distance and time. And as you're standing here, clouds gather over your head. The kind of fluffy gray that you already know is going to bring so much rain. And out in the distance, over the water, you can actually see the rain already starting to fall, like one of those heavy sheets that just gray out the sky. You watch the waves as they get higher, as they crash onto the beach where you're standing. And again, it's not the kind of storm that makes you worried for anyone on land, but it's definitely the kind of storm that would be very problematic if you're out on the ocean in a vessel. Because at some point, it doesn't matter how much water you bail, it's going to be a problem. Looking out over this ocean, you see 3 vessels in the distance that are just trying to make it back to shore before they get into serious problems. And as you sort of focus on them and like cross your fingers and hope they'll make it, suddenly there's only 2 where there used to be 3. And you wake up in your nice warm bed with a wet ring on the table next to you. The ring that used to be on Astrid's belt, tied very securely, is right there you can smell salt water. Early dawnish. You're
Cormac's
dry.
gonna check himself and make sure that he's dry.
You're dry.
He's gonna grab a handkerchief from one of his coat pockets. He's gonna pick up the ring and with the handkerchief and kind of put it back in his pocket.
Okay. While you're drying the ring, on the inside, you get the feeling that there should be text, but you can't make out what it says.
Ooh. Is it because I don't know the language or just can't quite?
It's more that whenever you try to focus your eye on it, your gaze sort of slides off of it.
Mm. I kind of sketch out what I saw in my Rolo's journal to kind of keep like a dream journal, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A ring securely dry and in your pocket. Are you getting up? Are you trying to get a little more sleep, or?
No, I think that would properly wake me up. So I'm gonna start my day a little bit early. Make sure my bag is packed and get dressed, wash up, and wait for everyone else to start raising up.
All right. So we're talking, you woke up early dawn, spent some time with your journal. Who would be the most likely to be awake that early? I'm assuming Frederick, because he has work to do. Astrid has a bit of a hangover, maybe.
Yeah, Frederick would definitely be up.
I feel like Astrid would be up after Frederick, but like she's not necessarily a person who sleeps a whole ton.
Fair enough. So Frederick's already puttering around. Astrid's up.
Just getting breakfast and all Linnea stuff ready.
Yeah, I don't think she's sleeping too late, especially if there was a good night's rest the night before. But probably whenever
Also,
Frederick brings her breakfast.
So I'd say you just like there's a breakfast buffet ready, but you have room service in the shape and form of Frederick.
Am I, Eva, proud of this? No. Is Linnea going to say no? No.
No. I can just picture Astrid just watching Frederick walk by with like plates of food and coffee and just sort of going, of course.
He has to earn that raisin somehow.
This is true. Otherwise, no raisin at Christmas.
I don't know that Astrid would eat at the table a whole lot. I think a lot of times she just wanders away, gets food and wanders away.
Fair
Unless
enough.
someone else is already eating in there, then she might sit down and talk to them.
Pretty sure the place is currently empty with everyone already doing different things. Frisk is nowhere to be found. You
like
do
oddly enough, like normally.
no.
would
He
see him?
basically just sort of makes your breakfast begrudgingly because it's not really his job, but you don't have enough staff. So he makes your breakfast and he goes do things that he should be doing. I will say, depending on who's looking out what window, there is a new gardener currently. he's not actually gardening yet. He's just sort of wandering around the castle grounds looking somewhat panicked. Because
Assessing.
no one told him how fucked the grounds are.
Astrid, if she sees this, would get up from the like table and
Mhm.
like with food in hand, just walk outside. Like she would grab like toast and stuff, and she'd grab enough for the gardener and walk outside and start talking about it and be like, "Oh, by the way, the pixies bite," and like.
They always do. You should have an altar. And he just sort of grabs a handful of weeds and go, this is highly poisonous. Why is this growing here?
And Astrid grabs it and goes, we're going to be cultivating that somewhere else.
I'm just going to do an inventory of the grounds during the day and not come out here at night until the proper altars are set. And then I don't know where to start.
Yeah. I'll take you back to the greenhouse. We have some we have some plants we need to plant so that we can cultivate them.
That greenhouse back there, that is just weeds. No raised beds.
Yes. But we need to do some things to plants that I took from Linnea's mom's house.
Are they rooted yet? You only have clippings. So I'll take these, then the clippings, and I'll make sure they're rooted before I try to plant them. And, when they said they had a job for me, I did not think it would be this. But thank you for the opportunity. It's just, how big is this place? Does it go all the way around?
Yeah, it goes all the way around, and there's a bit of a forest in the background, and there's a lake. Don't swim in it.
Are there any other gardeners?
No, but I will help when I'm around. I'll also teach you how to make medicines when I'm around. So that'll be a benefit to you.
Okay.
And I will pull some books from the library if you'd like to read anything on gardening.
I think I'd rather, maybe eventually, but for now, he just sort of, he's near tears with how much cleaning and clearing and weeding he has to do for this garden. And he's like, I won't be able to make it look like, a proper, presentable flower garden anytime soon. Just definitely not with just me. So this is so much.
We don't need it to be proper. Here's some whatever the
I thought I would be someone's junior gardener, in charge of maybe 5 to 10 rose bushes on my own.
No, not at all.
I don't think I'm qualified, ma'am. My lady.
Oh God, no.
Ma'am? Miss?
Astrid's standing there in pants and a shirt and looks down and goes,
No, Alfred's panicking at this point. He's like, I don't have the job, I don't have the tools, I don't have the skills, this is you're putting a teenager in charge of castle grounds and he is just gone.
Astrid's going to look at him and go, here's the great thing. You get to do whatever you want. You get to decide how you want it to look, decide what you want to do. This is you get to do whatever you want. And we're not going to care. We don't care what it looks like. The only thing I care about is that you keep these clippings alive, that we advance. As we advance, we get better flowers that have medicinal purposes, and I will help whenever I'm around. And I'll make Linnea shoot anything that's dangerous. And
I think something moved in the shadows back there.
Well, here's my thing. I don't want you to focus on the whole yard. Let's just focus on the greenhouse right now. That's all you gotta do.
Start with the greenhouse.
Let's just do the greenhouse. That's all you gotta focus on right now. Maybe put some altars out if you get a chance, because all of us kind of forgot, but altars.
I haven't seen a single one.
Yeah, no, I don't know what Rolo's been doing here for 2 years, but we can put some altars out so I stop getting bit by pixies when I come out late at night, and the greenhouse, and that's all you got to do. We're gonna take this one step at a time, and then we'll section off the yard in little areas, and we'll just do it one at a time. We got this. We're good.
Okay. Pixie altars and greenhouse.
Actually,
Pixie altars and greenhouse.
Before you do that, why don't you come in and have breakfast with me at the table?
I had breakfast before I started today. It's fine.
Okay.
I usually get up at 4.
Okay. Well, if you get hungry, anything we have in the kitchen is yours to eat.
Okay.
We're not big on the whole like servant versus people thing. Linnea is a bit, but it's fine. She won't say anything. That's only with Frederick.
That is disconcerting. I rather like the rigidity of the system because it means I know what is happening at any point in time, and this is very scary.
Well,
but I will try, and I will start with the greenhouse.
If you prefer the rigidity, we'll try. I'll make Comric also try.
I just want to say, to be fair, Linnea has never separated them between people and servants.
So you
Just
have
throwing that
out
humans,
there.
and then you have the stuff. No. You just get the feeling that Mr. von Coxswain has a rather nervous disposition, and he just really likes being able to follow a clearly dictated social contract rather than having to think and worry. You know, he likes the script. The script is clear and easy, and you don't have to look people in the eye.
Astrid is willing to is trying to figure out exactly what he wants, but sends him on his way.
Everyone is awake. Everyone has had breakfast. And the carriage, arranged by Frederick, is pulling up to the front of the castle. And by carriage, this is a large carriage. It's 4 people, trunks. There's 4 horses in front of this rather than 1 or 2.
Are they matched?
Naturally.
Yes.
Look, you know what resource level you're working with on this adventure.
Sure do.
They are matched. These are matched grays.
Yes. That'll make my mother happy.
I'd send them back if they weren't.
You're the best.
Okay. Who's piling in?
Who's
Fingers
piloting?
spot on.
Piling in.
Oh, piling in. I was like, I am not
Piloting
in
would
charge.
be the person hired to drive the carriage. Because
Right,
none of
right.
you. Frederick can sort of do it, but nobody can actually properly manage 4 grays in front of a large carriage at this point.
Could you imagine
Usual spot on
paying
top.
for a matched set and a nice carriage and it doesn't come with a driver?
They
I
have to
can,
protect
but
their
I
own
won't do it to you.
investments. Yeah, I'm not letting anyone drive that.
No one is
yeah.
touching these horses, okay? No. You can ask if you can pet one, and they might let you.
Question.
Oh hell, yes.
Now that Rolo's not here, is there anyone to stop Astrid from stealing books? Why are you glitching?
First of all, he's here. He
He
hasn't
is.
gone anywhere. He's just not over your shoulder.
Is there
He's
anyone?
alive.
Is there anyone to stop Astrid from borrowing a couple of books?
There is no one corporeal.
Okay.
Oh.
What happens when Astrid tries to take a couple books out of the library?
You feel a sharp stinging sensation at the back of your hand that is quite painful. Sort of like someone hit you with a ruler.
Can Astrid attempt to convince what she now assumes is a god punishing her to let her take the books for the sake of the mission?
Is that your literal argument? I need them for the mission?
Her literal argument will be, I feel that I could benefit from reading these books along the way in order to not only help us progress further in our mission, but also not have anyone get injured or help them should they get injured. Also, she has like 1 or 2 that she was going to leave for the gardener of like plant books that she's read. And she mentions that and she holds up those 2. Or at least let me take these 2 to the new gardener.
So the 2 you're holding up for the gardener sort of get picked from your hands and are floated over to one of the reading tables that are specifically set up for people to read books in the library with like a little sheet of paper and a pencil and a little reading light where you can read without exiting with the books. And on the top sheet of paper, in a sort of very old-fashioned scrawly handwriting, appear the words, "For the gardener." The other books you're holding, however, you get more slaps on the wrists. Literal, both of them. It hurts.
I'm totally doing a seance to try and make you more reasonable about books.
You're seancing with a god. Perfect.
She sets
Are you
them
doing
down.
this while holding the books? Are you doing it now?
No,
The
she
carriage
sets-
is waiting.
She sets down the books. She means when she gets back. She's going to do a
Okay.
seance.
When you get back, you're going to try and reason with God and get your books. Perfect. As soon as you set down the books, they are distributed back to the shelves you took them from, with little tabs noting that you want to borrow them next time.
Linnea would like to do 2 things. She is going to, I think I already said she's going to leave little pouches of like a bonus or whatever for the staff.
Your poor underpaid staff while you're running around at resource level 6.
I have 7 written down.
Your family has 7.
Okay.
But you are aware your mother imposed an upper limit to what you can get while doing this.
Okay. I'm just gonna adjust my note then.
Like your family has 7, Elise has 7.
Yes.
You have credit up to 6, but your mom is watching. Like you know that she gets a tallied list of things you bought on credit or with your money.
Yeah.
Exactly. So your family has 7. You have like if you can go, you can probably go up to 6 before angry letters and threats of being cut off start appearing.
Sure. And I figured
Like,
this.
you're wielding mommy's credit card. Use it wisely.
And I figured most of this funding would come out of like my pocket money, my personal
Your
resource
pin money?
level, my pin money level 4 or whatever.
Okay.
And knowing that the gardener has arrived, it won't be as much, but I would feel bad not leaving something as like an acknowledgement for him. So there will be like a little, not as generous as the other 2, but just like a, hey, thanks for joining us in this totally not haunted gothic crumbling manor.
He was already aware. He was already warned that the pixies bite. So yes, a little extra won't harm anything.
And the other thing she would like to do is just go up to Rollo's room and sit with him. This would have been probably just after breakfast. She's not going to do this as the carriage gets there, probably. But she'll just sit with Rollo for a bit, hold his hand, kind of tell him all about the letters, that they're going to be off for a few, 2 weeks at most. Yada yada, you know.
Just fill in the vegetable.
Yes.
There is no change in his response or reactions.
Fair.
I just got a little message that Astrid wants to show the gardener the library. He won't come inside with you right now. He's like, if you find him, he's in the greenhouse. He is shirtless and he's trying to like fix up the raised beds, and he's just like, for someone who is so concerned with the social contract, almost poo-pooing you because he's like focused and in the zone, and you're kind of like this annoying gnat trying to get his attention while he's going, right, shadow plants will go here, water will go here, these need sandier soil, I need sandier soil, I need clay base. Yes, library. And then I'm going to go ahead.
I was gonna say she would leave because she gets this. Like, this is a social interaction she completely understands. And she's just going to find people, not things person and tell him that, like, if the gardener wants, like, to read up on anything or find anything in the library, that she already started a table for him and that she put some books on it.
It is like, he will only be allowed in a library under heavy supervision, because of all of the secret knowledge.
Astrid just looks at him and goes, "Don't worry, the god won't let him find anything they're not supposed to."
Yes, ma'am.
No, she already yelled at me.
She already left.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Any other last minute things? Okay. Piling into this carriage, you actually set off on your journey. So I don't think so again, on the large map that you saw earlier, the Mythic North map, you are the small pink circle, and you are heading to the large pink blob I very poorly drew on that map. Most of the first day is going to be traveling pretty much due, I'm so good with cardinal directions, west. Staying not so much on the, like, trying to avoid the coast a little bit because it winds so much. So I'd say you would get to about Urbro before around nightfall. Which, if any of you consulted a map before you left, you know is a good place to sort of stop. And then from there, try and secure passage across that little inland sea as you keep heading east, because that is quicker than trying to take the roads through the other little areas that are all water and drama.
Didn't Linnea consult a map and a bunch of stuff when we were looking?
I was muted, sure did.
Fair enough. While you're traveling, it can be now or you can wait for one of the other days of travel, but this would be the time in the mystery for your character to prepare and see if you want an advantage, and if so, what advantage for the coming mystery. Does anyone already have an idea of what they want to do?
So when we come into town, do we see? I mean, is it like a proper town, or is it just a small couple houses?
The place you're staying at for the night is pretty decent. Like, it's not Uppsala, right?
Right.
That's not gonna happen. But it's decent. It's kind of a crossroads town, if that makes sense. Like, you can either keep going west, but there's also options for north and south here, and a lot of sort of tourists who want to hang out near that little inner sea.
Comric's gonna go try to find the local watering hole and probably ask about Carl Eric and also Zacharias Amundsen and see if they can find any information about what's been going on.
I'll
Like the
point out,
seedy underbelly of
you want to go like not the sort of upper class establishments. You want the drunks,
No.
the sailors, the day laborers, the gamblers.
I want to try to look for somebody that's properly drunk already that might just spill beans that's maybe a little
Preying on the
alleviated.
vulnerable. I like it.
Yeah.
For the rest of you, for as far as this city is concerned, it is the 6th largest in the country. There is a castle nearby. It has one of the first university hospitals of
wow.
Sweden. So, again, not a little village. It's a decent sized city. I will post a picture of the nearby castle in the Discord for people who are interested in it.
Do they have any reputable, like, pharmacists or bookstores on medicine, since it has, like, a medical university?
So that would actually be on the university grounds.
Are women allowed on the university grounds?
I don't think you've been here before. Probably. Just don't call yourself a doctor, and you'll probably be fine.
Okay, Astrid's going to see if she can find, if it's open, if they get there early enough, she's going to see if she can find, like, a pharmacist or a bookstore that might have more books on, like, field medicine.
Okay. Frederick and or Linnea? I'm just trying to, like, gauge what everyone's doing before I heavily invest in scenes. So we'll be
fair.
right back with you, Conrad.
I think Linnea would like to go with Astrid,
Okay.
which may or may not impact Frederick. With the general request of Astrid, I know we had this whole long carriage ride that I probably would have asked you this question on. Do you think it's possible to scry or something, an answer to what might cure Rollo? Otherwise, I would like to see maybe if there's a doctor around here who might have some ideas that are hopefully not trepanning or anything.
Look, what's a little lobotomy between friends?
I'm going to wait for Frederick to tell us what he's doing and then decide how to answer that question.
Fair.
Frederick is going to accompany the driver to the inn stable, or they're not staying with us, are they? The driver, they go to their own place. So Frederick's going to.
The driver goes to like a hostelli place where you get a spot with actual rooms because you're so rich right now.
Right. So I'll do the luggage thing, bring it up to a thing and try to ingratiate myself with some of the hotel workers, see if I can find out some of the local gossip.
Okay. Let's see. Let's start with Comric. We were about to watch Comric as he tried a few to upscale establishments, and then finally found the seedy dive bar with the weak beer, the drunk people, the card game that is You couldn't figure out the rules if you tried, probably. Probably because they're all cheating. No musical entertainment, just the perpetual, not quite low murmur of voices, because people aren't quite keeping their voices down. But there's also no shouting. It's just a lot of people talking. Pick your favorite drunk person.
Yeah, I'd go up and grab a watered down beer from the bartender, and then
He sort of eyes you up and down, and you get the feeling he's horribly overcharging you.
I give him a nice tip up on the overpriced watered down beer.
It's like they can smell the tourist on you.
Oh yeah. And then I'm gonna try to see if there's anyone that just looks like they're not really engaged in any card games, but something that I could sit down and strike up a conversation.
Sure. I mean, easy enough. There's a few people who are there's a few tables where people just talking, and then there's a few groups where there's that one person that is sort of completely tuned out from their group, sitting just a little bit away from them, just staring into the middle distance, probably wishing they were either home or rich or both.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go up to him and hey, I'm obviously not from around here. We're trying to do some trade here in this area. I'm from the Americas, and we're looking for to strike up some deals, maybe not like on the books, as you might say. Do you know who I could talk to?
What kind of deals?
You know, the ones in getting people the correct amount of money for the right goods, if you know what I mean.
And we're talking goods and not people. Are you offering to kill someone?
Oh no,
Smuggling?
not yet, at least.
Stealing?
Acquiring information.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, exactly. Here's the deal. We have goods that we have acquired in our trips and our travels across the sea.
Gotcha.
Acquired that we are trying to offload, maybe. And what I hear is that there might be some folks that know how to maybe get those across into other cities and countries over here in the Europe area.
Sorry, I have a hard time listening with a dry throat.
Yeah. I actually purchased this right here for you. You can have it. I just push over the drink.
Much obliged. He sort of downs it in one go.
There was a
it's mainly water.
There was a name that came across our along with our information, a Zacharias Amundsen. Now, we just want to know how reputable he might be in doing business with him and his family. I think it is, right?
Look, they're a fair distance away. If you're in a rush, I know someone better. Honestly, you're talking about someone who deals in fish. Are you selling fish? Because I don't want fish.
They might flop like fishes. I don't know. But we're on our way that way. I was just wondering, is there anything that I need to know from the island in which they're working on?
It's worse than this place. And if you're not going to worry about Zacharias, you better worry about his mama.
So when you say that, and I turn to the bartender and 2 fingers, 2 more drinks.
They don't get any stronger, but you do get 2 more.
And I turned back and I said, okay, well, tell me about this mother of his and what kind of business they run on that island. Because I can imagine that it's more than just fish.
No. Just fish. Lots and lots and lots of fish. Like, so much herring. He runs the saltery.
Right.
So there's a reason he's called the Herring Baron.
And I heard businesses going very good.
Very
right
good.
now.
Yeah. Don't know how he does it. Normally, herring comes, herring goes. With him, herring just comes. His mother, that is a creepy old woman. There's a reason they call her the godmother.
The godmother.
Ugh. Like, I don't get to complain a lot. My wife isn't great either, but that woman? Ugh.
A hag, so to speak, huh?
I wouldn't want to insult the hags.
Ah, interesting. All right. Well, we also heard that there's some missing folks going. Yeah.
There's always missing folks.
But particularly on the island, and I push
Sure.
over my drink to him.
Look, people are going to be dumb anywhere. You know? It's a creep island. There's no law, there's no ocean, there's drunk people, there's one person in charge. People are going to end up dead. It's just what happens, you know? You can't change. You can't change the way people run their business.
Is there
By the way,
anybody
this
that
is really good.
I turn back and two more. So you're saying that on Wreckers Island that people go missing left and right.
No
seems
more
like
than
there
anywhere
might be-
else where there's an harbor with people looking for people.
What about holy people? Like people
People with
of
holes
the
in them?
cloth. From what I'm hearing is that there was a hole in somebody that was sent from the church.
Oh, I don't deal with
Gunshot to
church
be-
people. Look,
Is there
what we learned from the church is you go there every Sunday, you say you're sorry, and you're good.
right. Is that how everybody feels over there on Wreckers Island? Or
Fuck do I
maybe
know? I
they
don't
don't
live there. So I imagine they have a lot to say sorry for.
All right.
Maybe they have to go more than once. Ah.
All right. Well, you said you knew somebody that might be around here that could help us out.
With things that aren't fish.
Correct.
I'm not going to name names, but, you know, what kind of not fish are we talking about?
Possibly people that like to relocate.
I don't like
Without-
to sell people.
Well, they're not really looking
tends to be messy.
sold. They're looking to maybe relocate because of indiscretions from other places.
Oh,
And I'd like to
Sorry.
deceptively
Indiscretions?
make it seem like we're smuggling people out of different countries and
Currently, his struggle seems to be with the word indiscretion because that's a lot of syllables.
Can I find a smarter drunk?
The
No, I'm
problem
just
is that drunk and IQ are inversely related.
Yeah, so we were looking to maybe relocate some folks that maybe had crossings with the law and would want to get out of the general area, maybe relocate out here.
Oh, I mean, not off the top of my head, but I can acquire. I mainly deal with like things that fit in your pockets.
Oh, I see. I see. More non-alive things. I get you. All right.
Alive things are difficult. They tend to fight back.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right. Well, I appreciate your time and yeah. Thank you.
No. Thank you. Right, having waterboarded myself.
That was great.
Challenging all the gross people I ever sat at a bar with.
Anything for the cause.
Anything
Right.
for the cause. It's because I love you so much, guys.
It was
All right.
amazing.
We have a little time left, so I want to focus on Astrid and the teaching hospital before signing off for today with thoughts and prayers for Eva's internet connection. You stick with your travel outfit.
No, because, well, depends. You said in some cities, like, nobody would really bat an eye. Is this one of those cities where no one would care if Astrid's in pants?
Looking around you, you would stand out.
Okay. Astrid will change, and she'll probably pull out that dress that Linnea gave her to wear to her mother's, like, tea party.
Yep, going extra fancy.
And she'll take time to, like, actually braid her hair, not like anything fancy, but like also not like bits falling out either.
Fair enough. I feel cold out.
Your bits are not falling out
yet
anywhere.
Quick, keep going.
And then she will leave to go.
Okay. You get prettied up, put on a fancy dress, and you go to the teaching hospital.
Oh, and she would have answered Linnea's question of, well, it would be better to have his blood if I was going to attempt to scry. Like, it would be better if I could, like, cut off a bit of him.
Like, hair or like a finger? Because
I imagine a piece of skin would be better than blood, but like nothing major.
He's not using his pinkies.
A finger would work significantly better, but like blood or like a chunk of skin would also work.
okay, we'll keep that in mind. This is only a day or so out, so
Okay.
you have fun going your way, and Linnea's gonna go just look for general neurologists or whatever to make
So
acquaintances.
you go to do you go to this teaching hospital together and then split up, or?
Yes.
Yeah,
It sounds
we're
like
looking
it.
for different things, I think, so.
Yes.
Different things, same area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to stay with Astrid for now. So, as you enter this building, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a bookstore or a library that I'd be allowed to access, or a or like if I happen to be wandering through and hear someone lecturing on some type of field medicine, then I would kind of stop and listen. And she's going to be channeling her best Linnea to try and like talk her
Blend.
way through this. Yes.
Fair. So the library isn't open to the public.
Okay.
But as you're walking around, you can hear a few lectures.
She's going to see if she can find one that is field medicine.
No, they're currently anatomy. Also, they're discussing pieces of the body, like you've seen inside someone, and what they're saying isn't entirely correct. But they're sort of trying to, they're talking about like balancing humors and stuff. You have the distinct impression that no amount of leeches is going to fix Rollo's brain.
Yes. And there isn't like a bookshop or something near the campus?
I mean, you can find a little, it's more of an antique shop that has a shelf of books.
Okay.
It's not specifically a bookshop, but there are books in the shop that also sell some fuck ton of other stuff.
Is there anything like interesting, like medical wise? Both either item or book.
Item or book. I mean, there's a bunch of sharp knives. Those are always medically and otherwise interesting. Roll observation.
This is a terrible roll to do that. I got 3 6s.
3 6s. Wonderful. So you basically find part of a 22 book series. And you find 2 of the 22 books of A Description of the Northern Peoples by Olaus Magnus. Which doesn't necessarily focus as much on human medicine, but it does describe certain things about mysterious creatures.
Astrid's going to see if she can purchase both of them.
Assuming Linnea gave you pocket money, yes.
Astrid is going to buy both of them.
Okay, you have 2 of the 22 parts.
Perfect.
Do you want to make that your advantage for the mystery?
Yes.
What skill are you applying this to? So you have to, I'm afraid you have to pick that now.
Yeah. Would this apply more to learning or investigation?
I will let you pick between those two.
Okay. Let's do it feels more like a learning thing. Like
it would make sense as a learning thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have these 2 books and they count as your advantage for this mystery. So that would give you +2 dice on any learning skill test.
Cool.
Sorry, once per gaming session. So, but we take a lot more sessions than normal on these mysteries. And you do have to say if you want to use it before you roll or before you push.
Okay.
And explain how the books come in.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
That reminds me, Michael, is what you talked about with the unnamed drunk. Was that a way for you to get your advantage? Or was it just passing the time?
No, that was definitely trying to get more information about what we're going to walk into on the Wrecker's Island.
Okay, so if you want to use that for your advantage, which skill would you want to apply that to?
I think it would be investigation.
Okay. Then please write down that you have investigation advantage.
Thank you.
And I think rather than rushing everything with Frederick and Linnea, we may just have to end this on not a cliffhanger. Not gonna lie, pacing was thrown off a little bit by tech goblins. They can't all be deathly nail biters at the end. I'll just kill one of you at the start of next session to make up for it. That works, right?
You
So-
then
It works every time.
Yeah.
Totally.
Perfect. It's a deal.
have a perfect plan for Dietrich to enter.
Yes.
Thank you all
Frederick's
for
twin suddenly appears.
bearing with us. Yeah, stay cool out there. If you're in a heat advisory, like I don't know if any of the
You
rest of
are.
you are. I am still in a heat advisory. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
we're both.
Yeah.
I kind of
Yeah.
assumed over there that you were probably.
Times
Pretty
like
rough.
next time, if you are still in a heat advisory next week, just like tape a few ice packs to your PC.
Yeah, I don't. My computer is somewhere cool, and my router is somewhere. I don't. Maybe it's the outside. I don't know.
Probably the internet cable to your house is just melting.
Probably. I'm not climbing a tree to sort that out, so
Smart. Very smart.
I'm learning.
Proud of you.
Yeah. Hydrate. Pet
We'll
your
do more
pets.
exciting things next week, especially now that Comric has his own ring.
It'll be fine.
Maybe I should put it on. I don't know.
Maybe.
you should.
And in other exciting things, we'll have wild cats again.
Yes.
Yay.
Oh.
Feline stream shall return.
All right. Bye,
Any-
y'all.
Bye, guys. See you soon.